other Disney Pixar fans, I went to see the movie Inside Out a couple weeks ago and loved it, but I did find myself asking one question. Is Inside Out an allegory for mental illness? First off, I want to applaud Disney's recent trend of dealing with psychological issues. 2 years ago, Walt Disney Animation released the film Frozen, and Elsa's character can be said to be an allegory for anxiety and depression. And last year, they released the film Big Hero 6 that dealt with issues of grief, loss, and trauma. For those of you that haven't seen the film, Inside Out takes place inside the mind of an 11-year-old girl named Riley, and as the title suggests, deals with her inner emotions. Riley has 5 main emotions, but the major emphasis is on the dynamic between joy and sadness. As we see in the movie, every person seems to have a dominant emotion, and Riley's dominant emotion is joy. And in what I think is an amazing casting decision, Joy is played by the upbeat and bubbly Amy Poehler. I mean, she plays Leslie Knope, so is perfect. First off, before I get into it, I want to differentiate between sadness and depression. Sadness is obviously an emotion that everybody feels, and as we learn from the movie, is an emotion that's actually pretty helpful and healthy to experience. Depression, on the other hand, is a mood disorder causing a persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest and can negatively affect your everyday life. As a depressed person, I know this, and I know that sad and depressed can sometimes be used interchangeably, but depression can actually be a very serious and life-altering disorder. If you want to find out more, I've made a couple videos on the topic, but I think for the sake of this video, you get the general idea. When I was watching Inside Out, I was struck by the way that the film addressed joy and sadness through 2 different lenses. On one level, joy and sadness can represent the internal conflict that many depressed people feel. I, for one, could definitely relate to the struggle between joy and sadness. For me, sadness represented many common symptoms of depression, such as persistent sadness, anxiousness, and emptiness, feelings of hopelessness or pessimism, feeling guilty, helpless, or worthless, fatigue and lack of energy, and a decreased interest in activities that one typically enjoys. In the movie, sadness felt like she had no value and would only mess things up if she interfered. She felt constantly down, and when things went wrong, she felt like they would stay that way forever. She also tended to magnify problems and view obstacles as insurmountable, which is something that many people suffering with depression can probably relate to. I also related to Joy's irritation and inability to deal with sadness. Joy represented the part of my brain that's optimistic and wants to make things better. For me, the power struggles between the characters Joy and Sadness paralleled the power struggles between my brain and depression. Joy often wishes that she could rid herself of sadness, and she even makes a joke that she looked into it, but there was no other place for her to go. At one point, Joy literally has to drag Sadness across the ground to get her to move, and like many mentally ill people, felt bogged down by the literal weight of depression. The other lens that the characters can be viewed through is sadness representing a depressed person through the point of view of a mentally healthy person. Joy is basically the well-meaning friend who tries to fix Sadness's depression without really understanding what she needs or how to go about supporting her. Many friends and family members of mentally ill people can get frustrated with them because they think they should just be able to snap out of it. But as Joy learns in the movie, depression isn't something you can simply fix. In contrast, sadness often feels like a burden to Joy and the other emotions because she feels like she's constantly annoying them and letting them down. I think part of what's so great about this movie is that in the end, Joy doesn't try to fix sadness. She realizes that despite her flaws, sadness is an important person and has value, which I think is something that a lot of depressed people need to hear and something that needs to be reinforced by society. In the end, Sadness's character gets reframed in a way that she's no longer a burden or negatively affecting Riley and the other characters, but as an essential part of the team. And when Sadness and the other characters finally realize this, Riley is able to finally feel sad and get the support from her family that she needs. And it reinforces the valuable lesson that sometimes it's okay not to be okay. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm curious what you guys thought about the movie Inside Out. Did you like it? What were your thoughts when you were watching it? Just leave a comment with your opinion below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this one. Also, this is completely voluntary, but if you'd like to help support this channel, then please consider donating to my Patreon page, which will be linked below.